Hello, welcome. In this video, I'm going to go over how to access the FAU database system and show you some tips for the assignment 3. So I'm now sharing my screen and I'm going to get started. So I'm going to get started by logging on to portal.eng.fau.edu. So I'm going to go ahead and just connect here through my browser and so there's different ways to connect, but this is the way that I'm going to demonstrate in this video. You want to make sure that your uh, account is working, your account has been set up. So I'm going to log on to the engineering desktop. This just might make a moment, it might take a moment. So I'm just going to go over a few things while this is getting set up. I just wanted to point out that I have my browser is open here on the engineering desktop, and I have Microsoft Word open here to take screenshots. So for assignment 3, you're not going to be doing logging your file as a text file. You're going to actually be taking screenshots of your work. So I want to make sure that however you want to do it, you can do it you can do everything on the desktop as well, or you can do it if however you're connecting. This is my demonstration of what I'm expecting. And I want you to put screen. I'm going to also post for you a sample solution with the screenshots of what I'm looking for. The screenshots will include your username to demonstrate that you have logged on. So there's a lot of options on how to log on. I'm going to go ahead and just use the engineering desktop, which I just went to portal.eng.fau.edu, logged in to the student engineering desktop, and I'm going to use WinSCP to do my file transfer. You need to transfer the music.sql file, so I can open this up with a note with WordPad so you can see this is the music file that is provided with the assignment. It creates a song table, a recorded by table, and it also creates a artist, song, and recorded by tables. So you're going to practice creating that database. You're also going to have to add some musicians. I don't remember which part. I think this might be part 2. So you're going to have some musicians that you need to add to the database. And before you do that, so these two, the music is for part 2. For part 1, you're just going to practice doing all of these items that are here. It is given to you as a PDF file. In order to make it easier for me, I went ahead and took all of those instructions and put them into Notepad so that I can just copy and paste. Um, you can type them in, you can do whatever. I'm not giving it to you as Notepad because I don't want you to just copy and paste. I mean, you can copy and paste it after you look at the PDF, but I want you to look at it. We're going to start out. This is part 1. So this section is part 1, and the music is part 2. And then along with the screenshots is what you're going to submit in a PDF file. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. And then for part 3, you're just going to submit a text document in which you create so let's bring this up here, the assignment, so we can go over that. I think I better bring this up here first. All right, so you have 3 parts to the assignment. The first part of the assignment is going to be this practice stuff. So you're going to go through, you're going to log on, which I'm going to demonstrate in a minute, and you're going to practice creating the student table and updating the student table and adding things to the student table. I'm giving you a sample solution file so you will know exactly what I'm looking for. Both part 1 and part 2 are going to go in the same file, the same screenshots. So you're going to be submitting to me screenshots that you're going to do the work, and then you're going to submit screenshots that demonstrated that you did the work. And I'm giving you an example with my username of those screenshots. You don't have to use PowerShell. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. This is the way I'm choosing to demonstrate it. So you have part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is the student database. That's goes with this document. So if we go here and we open this up, this is the instructions that I'm giving you a PDF in order to create this student table and add some things to the table and make some changes in the table. So you don't have to, all you have to do is put these log on and do these instructions. There's 14 of them, one by one, and take screenshots of everything that you did, put it into your document. The second thing you need to do is you need to make the music database. So you make screenshots of yourself making the music database and some screenshots adding some of the musicians to the database. And again, the screenshots are just to show that you actually did the work. This exercise is for you. It's for you to practice. When we get to module 5, you're going to actually have to do queries. So you're going to have to know how to connect and you're going to have to be able to do the queries. So here we're just practicing creating some tables and populating the tables. For in module 3, in module 5, I will give you the database because you're going to be doing queries on a database. So I want to make sure that you're comfortable and you're practicing. So that's part 1 and part 2. You're going to make a bunch of screenshots. I'm going to demonstrate it for you. Part 3, you can use the music file as a guide, and you're going to create a database. You're going to create a database based on a theater. You're going to have actors instead of having artists that recorded songs. You're going to have actors that perform in shows. This is the ER diagram for it, and you're going to have to populate it. So you're going to create the 3 tables. You're going to have to set up all of the information about the tables. You can see here that the primary keys are underlined. And then you're going to have to add 3 actors and 3 shows and 3 performances. So this is an example. You can pick your own shows, your own actors. This is just for practice. And for part 3, you will be submitting just the plain text file in which you create the database. Do you need to test it out? No, but I recommend that you do. It would be fun to create your own tables and insert information into your tables and print them onto the screen, but you do not need to do screenshots demonstrating that you did that. You just submit for part 3, the plain text file where you create the theater database. The actor performs in the shows. For parts 1 and part 2, I want you to make screenshots. I'm going to demonstrate for you right now how to do part 1 and part 2. Please do not make any assumptions. If you have questions, please ask. So I'm just going to repeat one more time. What you're going to submit for part 1 and part 2 is going to be a document, Mod3, last name, first name, PDF. I am giving you a sample solution file, which will have most of the information that is in it. It's going to be very detailed, telling you exactly what I want you to submit in that PDF. That's going to be, you're going to make the student table. You're going to make the student table for part 1. And you're going to make the music database and add some musicians for part 2. And this is going to be all in that. I'm going to demonstrate that now. For part 3, you're just going to make a text document. You can test it or not test it. I recommend that you test it, obviously, but you don't need to do any screenshots for part 3. You're just going to submit the plain text file of your database that you created and populated with some actors and some shows. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to start first with part 1. Part 1 is the student. So there's a file here that you get, and this file is a PDF. And there are 14 things that you need to do here. You need to create the student table, alter the student table, insert students into the table, have an error, which that's a primary screenshot I need because when you get the error, it puts your username on it. And then you're going to display the table, then you're going to delete a student, and then you're going to just do, it's 14 steps. Now, what I went ahead and did to make my life easier is I went ahead and took this PDF and I made a text document. Uh, these are the same steps, the same 14 I just put them into a text document so I can copy and paste them right into PowerShell. And I'm going to demonstrate this for you. I just want you to do it. It's an exercise, but not only should you, I'm not giving it to you in the text because I don't want you to just copy and paste and go through the motions. I want you to read it and look at it and, learn something about it. So that's part one. Then part two, you want to create this music database and you want to add some musicians. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you. Not all of it, but I'm going to demonstrate, parts of both of these for you. So the first thing I already did is I'm logged on to the engineering desktop and I have already put these files onto the engineering desktop. So I have these files that I took off of Canvas and I have placed onto the engineering desktop, so I'm ready to go. So the next step now is to connect. I need to connect. I'm going to use, well, there's two steps. The first step, I'm going to use WinSCP because I need to take this music. If I want to run this script file, I want to it won't run from my engineering desktop. I need to send it over to the Oracle Linux. So in order to do that, I'm choosing to use WinSCP. So I'm going to do a file transfer. Before you do this, actually, well, once you'll know that your account is set up if you can transfer a file. Um, so you set up you want to set up to connect to Oracle Linux.eng.fau.edu and you log in and you put your username, which is your FAU username, and your password. So your default password is going to be Oracle. And then you can change your password, not through here, but I recommend you change your password once you log in, which those instructions are on in the supplementary information. So I don't have any files on there right now. I'm going to go ahead and transfer I already did it, music SQL file up there. This way I can run this and create that database by running uh, by executing it. You don't have to do it that way. You can open it up and copy and paste into it the same way that you're doing with this one. The same way that we're going to copy and paste from here, you can create the table by copy and pasting. You can also open this up and copy and paste into it. You can copy and paste, creating each table. It's a lot of data and a lot of information, so it's much easier to execute it, and it'll be much quicker. And actually, it's good practice because for Module 5, you're going to have another database that has a lot of data in it, and you're going to want to execute it the same way. So all of you should have your Oracle Linux accounts here. To connect and to the FAU database system. So the accounts I've just sent in the list to have your accounts made. So here's how I'm going to use PowerShell to log on. So to log on, I'm going to use PowerShell. You can use PuTTY. You can also log on through the HPC BAS system. I'm just choosing to do it here because I will try to make another video doing it the other way, but not for this assignment. For this assignment, I'm just going to make the video here. I did put a PDF on how to get how you have to request to have that set up, and but here you should already be able to log on to the engineering desktop, and you should and this is a very good way to make sure that you have your account set up. So how do I check if my account is set up? I just want to SSH to it. So I just say SSH to, I put my username, T Sorgent, and you're going to have your own username at oraclelinux.eng.fau.edu. So now I put in the password. Your default password will be Oracle. It is recommended that you change your password. You put in the password, and now I have connected. So now I've connected, and now to go on to the database system, I type in SQL Plus here. And I put in my username. And again, this is another password, and this password is also Oracle, which I recommend that you change it. One you change by doing password PASSWD. I don't know, but it's in a PDF that explains how to change your password. So there's there's um you the thing is, if you change your password, you need to remember your password because it's not, there isn't a help desk in order to reset it. We have to bother Dr. Yang in order to reset it. So I recommend that if you change any passwords on this, that you make sure that you make a note of it because we will use this. We will be connecting in module 3, module 5, and a couple more times throughout the semester. So you're going to be using this throughout the semester. So you need to be comfortable and find out which is your most comfortable way that you want to do it. And this demonstration is using PowerShell. So once I've connected, I'm going to go ahead and make a screenshot. So this is going to be the first screenshot you need to do for your module 3 assignment. So I'm going ahead and I have uh, I'm I'm using Microsoft Word. I don't care what what tool you use to do it, but you need to screenshot. What is the reasons of the screenshot? The reason for the screenshot is to demonstrate that you're actually doing the work. In the past, we've had students spool their output, and that's a text file, and it's very you can edit it and change it. And so this really making the screenshot, it has my username on here. So each student will have a unique screenshot with a unique username. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that you really need to show that you're doing this and demonstrate. Well, you should want to do it and it's actually kind of fun and it's not nothing in this is there's nothing in here that's really difficult to do. So, but it's getting you getting used to using this. So anyway, let's get started now with part one. So with part one, like I said before, I've already taken these and put them into Notepad. I'm a fan of Notepad because Notepad is plain text. So I just can select here and copy. And the nice thing about using PowerShell is I just go over here. It's a little touchy, but I can just right click with my mouse and it will paste it there for me. So I can test it. And I have created the table. So I've already gone ahead and created the table. And so now you just need to go through. There are 14 steps right here. So the next step is to alter the table. And the next step is to add some students into the table. So I added a student. I'm adding another student. And there are only 14 items here that you need to do. So you have 14 items that you need to do for this. Add one more student. So what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be screenshotting the work that you're doing. All right, so this is time now after you get to number 5 here. It is time now to make a screenshot. So you want a screenshot from here where you started. And okay, so if you happen to make extra errors, it's it's fine. There's not a big problem if you make extra errors. The screenshot is not about checking for accuracy. The screenshot is about checking that you are actually doing the work and that while you're doing this, hopefully you're reading it. It might even be better, instead of copy and pasting, it might be better to type it in. Also, when you make changes to your tables, I recommend that you like here, I forgot to set the line size to 300. So that should have probably been done earlier. And it's okay if it's out of order and that I do it more than once. You guys are students and you're learning and so I want you to um even screenshot, when you make mistakes and keep screenshotting. Just put it in there. I recommend more screenshots just because it's a little bit easier to manage than doing everything and then trying to screenshot it all. I don't want you to copy paste. I don't want these to be text. I want these to be screenshots. Screenshots are not you are shouldn't be able to you shouldn't be able to edit. So the key with this step number 5, why you need to do a screenshot there is because there's an error. I want you to read and understand why there is that error, but you will also notice when that error happens, it puts your username on there. So it puts your username on there because there's an error. So that's something that's also indicating that you're actually the one who's doing this work and you're not doing someone else's screenshots. So anytime in here that you can demonstrate that you're doing the work yourself, makes it even better. All right, so there are 14 items here, and you will need to complete those 14 items and put your screenshots in here. You can add little notes about your screenshots or little, labels in there. I don't recommend putting too much because the grader's going to have to go through them, but you can add some things. All right, then part 2. So part 2 is going to be the music part. So I already have FTP'd the music file up there. So since I've already FTP'd the music file up there, I should be able to add it. So if we go here to our there are also step-by-step instructions on what to do. So this is part 1. You just want to practice all of the students. That's what I was just doing. I didn't complete it, but you could finish it. And then part 2, you want to run the music file, and then you want to see the tables, and then you want to see the information in the tables, make sure it all worked as expected. And then you want to go to this file right here and add some musicians. So to do that, you have to FTP this, which I already did. I used WinSCP. You're going to have to FTP this file up there. And then you can just do make sure you're on this window. Go at music.sql, and this should run it and create. So I don't want you to screenshot all of that. There's no reason to screenshot that you created the table. You just need to do a screenshot that demonstrates that you did this. So you don't need to put the whole entire screenshot. That's way too much. And then you can, we don't need to see all of that. That's just extra. And then you can select, oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. So then we want to make some screenshots when you're doing from artist. So we can display the artist table. So you should screenshot the artist table, screenshot the recorded by table, screenshot the song table. And then you need to add so screenshot all tables. I'm going to give this to you, all tables, and I will write instructions. There's going to be detailed instructions in this document, what I want you to give, and then the rubric will be very clear. And then you need to add some musicians. So in order to add the musicians, I've given you an example of the first musician I want you to add, which is the singer from Sublime. And I gave you how to add the song and how to add the recorded by. So you're going to insert that one in there. So you can just like right click here and it should have created another one. If you want to check to make sure that that has been added, you can. So we can check. He's been added. If you can see here, there was this artist that has been added. So that worked as expected. And then you want to add the songs and the recorded by. And then there are some more artists and songs. Oh, we already added this artist. Okay, so this artist has already been added. So I'm going to have to fix this. So we've already added this artist. So this one you won't have to add again, obviously. And then you're going to add some other songs and add another artist and some other artists and some other songs. So I will review this and make sure it's accurate. And then all you need to do is you want to screenshot all three tables when you first add the tables, and then you want to screenshot all three tables after you've done all of these updates. All right, so if you have any questions, please let me know. I will, you're going to have to, like, this is an example of how it should be done. And we have the song What I Got. I don't know why I have this artist here twice, so I'm going to remove this artist because I'm already having you add him as number 124. Then you're going to have another artist here, number 141. And then we'll have another artist here, number 142. So you're going to have to add all of these songs by that artist and the songs by the other artist. So then after you've completed that and you've added all of the songs from all of the artists, you want to do the screenshots. So you're going to do 3 screenshots. You're going to do 7 screenshots for the music, one for part 2, 1 screenshot where you create the tables, 1 screenshot of the artist table, 1 screenshot of the recorded by table, 1 screenshot of the song table, and then you're going to do all of this work to add the musicians, and then you're going to put 3 more screenshots of the new updated tables. And as far as the student, you're going to have all 14 parts. Each step that you did should be screenshot. I don't recommend you do all 14 and then screenshot it. I recommend you screenshot it in pieces. And in addition to that, you will have 1 screenshot at the beginning, which is showing that you actually logged on. So if you have any questions, we have a TA for this course, or me, you can reach out. Please do not make any assumptions. And I hope you have fun working on this assignment.